luck, boys.
Hot and spicy like your sauce. That is hot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 7 of Marketing Lab's Hotsauce Marketing Challenge, where we spice up the business conversation by hosting special guests and putting them through a series of tough questions, all whilst indulging in some fiery hot wings. Today, I am beyond thrilled to introduce our guest, Blair, visionary force behind Hudson Building Co, a flourishing building and renovation enterprise right here in Melbourne. From its humble beginnings as a one-person operation in 2021, Blair has steered Hudson Building Co into a multi-million-dollar business, fearlessly tackling projects of all sizes in the expansive realm of building and renovation. Leading a dedicated team of 5 through his visionary approach, Blair has achieved remarkable growth and success in just 3 short years. Before venturing into entrepreneurship, Blair laid foundation for his skills in carpentry, a craft he fell in love with due to the sheer joy of building things with his own hands. After completing his apprenticeship, Blair set his sights on a new goal, becoming a registered domestic builder. Fast forward to today, Hudson Building Co stands as a testament to Blair's journey, specialising in a diverse range of services from internal and external renovations to single and double story extensions and even impressive new builds. Blair's commitment to excellence goes beyond the construction site, from hands-on work to coordinating his team, liaising with clients, winning new projects, and balancing precious moments with his partner and family. Today, we aim to unravel the deeper layers of Blair's journey, celebrating his triumphs, exploring the hurdles he conquered, and understanding the strategic moves that propelled Hudson Building Co to its current standing in the industry. Blair, thanks for joining us today, mate. As we dive into the Hot Marketing Challenge, we're curious how you're feeling about the challenge today, especially considering you're not one that's fond of spicy stuff. Yeah, I can definitely smell the spice already, so it's going to be fun, enjoyable.
It's going to be very fun.
Good on you, mate. So, Blair, we've been working with you for about a couple of months now, and since the minute we met you, you're an awesome bloke. The personality came across. You had a lot of dreams and aspirations to grow the business. You know, maybe fill us in on how you got started. It's only been 3 years since you've been operating. What made you get into the building game? And yeah, what's the beginning?
So yeah, I got into the building game. I was doing carpentry for a few years with a couple other builders, and I just really enjoyed doing things with your own hands and creating something through someone else's vision. And yeah, I thought, why not just give it a go and put the pressure on myself, and I went for it and studied hard, and now I'm a registered builder. So
good man, good man. So I guess you just thought, bugger it, I'll just give it a go. This has been something that you've been inspiring to since a young lad. You got into carpentry from the beginning, and then you thought, I'll just start a business doing this, and that's awesome. And you know, at the end of the day, that's all it takes, is just really just pushing yourself against your boundaries and going for it. So good on you on that. So what's it been like? I'm sure it hasn't been easy from the get-go.
No, it definitely hasn't. It's been stressful at times, but very enjoyable. There's a lot more pressure on yourself to get organised. It's either talking to clients, trades, your employees, everything like that. So there's just a lot more pressure on you, and you just got to step up to the challenge.
Yeah, I can imagine dealing with the construction business and building extensions. You're dealing with a lot of different people, a lot of different trades, and you've got to have the gift of the gab of being able to deal with and managing other people, getting them motivated and making sure that they get the job done, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely right. Correct.
Yeah. So I'm sure that, you know, tackling a couple of hot wings is not going to be too much work for you.
Should be right, hopefully.
Should be all right.
See in a few minutes.
Yeah, okay. So have you ever seen anything like this before? Have you seen the hot ones on
maybe on a couple of TV shows, that's about it.
A couple of TV shows, good. So Nicholas also thought to spice this up a bit, because, you know, he likes a challenge. He's got some hot chips there, we've seen on the internet a couple of people, you know, end up sweating and passing out on them. So that should be fun, but that's optional. That's entirely up to you.
No, I think I put it in the
Okay.
put it in the challenge this time. I didn't put it at the end. It's in the challenge, so we're gonna go through those.
Good work. So we got hundreds of questions that we're going to ask you, and you know, feel free to dig deep. And I know a lot of these questions are hard to sort of think about unless you put yourself in those shoes. And hopefully we can delve deep. I guess more or less we're trying to give others that might be sitting on the fence, looking to start a business in construction, looking to take off their business, and find those that momentum that you got, right? That you might be able to shed some light in. But I think we'll get started straight away.
Let's ask the questions as we start sweating.
Yeah, I reckon we get Blair nice and hot here. So
yeah, let's go into the first one, Seb, if you want to grab that one.
Yep. So this one here is a friendly one. So it's like a mustard, you know, tangy, sort of savoury flavour. So you should be all right with this one. If not, then we're out already.
We're in trouble. And we've also got the milk there, Blair, so grab that.
We've got some milk.
Any chance you want.
Yep, so I'm just going to base mine, obviously, there. Go as hard as you like. How you feeling about today, Nick? I know you've done this a few times. What happens, tell us, Nick, what happens, do you get better at it as time goes on, or do you get worse? Because everyone's different.
I think you do build tolerance if we do it consistently, but it's been quite some time between our last one, so I think I'll be in the same boat as Blair today. I know you're pretty good with this sort of stuff, so I've got to change clothes in the car ready for me to have a cold shower after this.
Yeah, you said that, didn't you? You brought a towel.
Yeah, so, had to. It's a must these days with the challenge, so we'll see how everyone goes.
Good. All right, so we'll get stuck into this one.
Geez, that's a light one.
That's a light one?
That's a light one.
Good. That's what I like. Yep. So I'll just say as well that these are based with hot sauce already. So yeah, so we're not holding back here at all. We're trying to make you sweat.
Double A.
And speaking of sweat, tell us. Oh, Nick, getting started. So what's made you sweat over the years? What's been the most hardest part about starting a business? I know that businesses are not easy.
I guess just trying to tackle everything financially. Making sure you have enough in the bank to be able to fund projects, but also keep, you know, the weekly costs up of hiring people, your truck, etc., tools. So you've got to be able to grow your business, because when I started, obviously didn't have all the amount of tools that you needed. So you're just going to make sure you got to invest in yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense, right? So you're not just dealing with getting clients and having to deal with the operations of the business. You got to be able to manage funds correctly. And
yeah, so that's just a huge role, because obviously the more you can back yourself financially, the more you can sort of go for the sort of jobs that you'd like to probably dip into a little bit more.
Yeah. So you become a bit more selective about the work that you know you can deliver really well on.
Yeah.
And then you've got that fund to support you, because we've seen it over the years, especially after COVID. A couple of builders were highly leveraged, and we saw them go under, and that's caused a big question mark, right, in the industry. And you were just taken off by them, right? Like it was like a serious time for you. So what happened for you guys? Did you close shop, or did you continue running? What was it, your technique to managing projects throughout that time?
So luckily enough, I only started about a year after COVID really affected everyone. But at the time, people were telling me not to do it, wait it out, everything like this. But I just said, no, enough's enough. Just wanted to go for it and really give it a really good shot. So it's more just the fact of I'd work with other builders at the time, so keep that cash flow going. Make sure there was enough work during the week for all of us, but also just trying to pick at it by winning your own jobs at the time. So
yeah, good. So just leveraging off your partnerships in the industry, you know, people that can trust you, you trust them, and that's key, right? Because when you're buying materials or you're paying for trades to come in and help out with your client projects, you have to be careful, right? Because if they let you down, you let your clients down. So tell us about those partnerships. Were they things that you managed to leverage off and build off over the years, or it just comes?
So obviously being around a fair bit, you meet different people from different trades, so you can grow a bit of a relationship with them. But I've had a fair few friends through footy, or my brother's friends. They're all in the industry. There's a plumber, electrician, etc. So I feel like with your trades, you just got to really have that trust with them to know they're going to deliver to what you want them to do, and to show up and work on time, and give a good effort at what they do.
Yeah, I think you're probably on the money there. It's almost like a boys' club, right? You've got to know each other. You've got to have that trust, and you know, having that relationship through footy and through mates of your brother, you kind of don't let each other down. You just all help each other grow, which is amazing. Yeah. Because if you're really relying on, you know, word of mouth or somebody that's being referred to, you're really going cold. Yeah. You don't know how that's going to turn out. How you going, mate? After that one,
first one
looks like it's kicking in.
Yeah, the first one's alright. Getting a little bit sweaty on the nose. So am I was having an episode before, so I apologise to anyone who's watching this.
Nick, you're already hiccup.
I was in hiccup mode, but I'm back. I'm back to normal. Yeah.
Nice.
I think a good segue onto the boys' club and stuff. Obviously, now you've got a team that you're managing. How did you go about that hiring process? Were they recommendations from people that you knew, or did you seek to hire the individuals that you got on your team yourself?
So a bit of both. A lot of it was just advertising on Facebook or Instagram, and then two guys reached out to me, and then so they just went through what I sort of detailed on those posts, and then one guy asked individually if he wanted to come over and cross. So. But same thing with trades and trusting them, you just build that relationship up with them. They wanted to work for you, sort of thing, so you just got to try and make work enjoyable.
Exactly, yeah.
Don't make it just go to work, go home, sort of make it a fun place to be around.
Yeah, that company culture is very, very important in business, and especially in a trades business, because you guys are around each other, you know, at all times. So in terms of the experience levels of your team, I noticed that you've got a couple guys that are qualified and a couple people still doing their apprenticeship. Did you sort of balance that out on purpose? So you've got, you know, the experienced guys training the guys that are still doing their apprenticeship. How have you sort of balanced that?
Yeah, so always apprentice will be with a qualified, just to teach them through the ropes, show them how to do things and do it correctly. But from time to time, again, we're all the same site most of the time, and we're just pumping it out to the expectations that I want, and then we're all learning. I'm still learning, so any tricks and tips I can pick up from anyone, I'm definitely here to learn. So no one stands higher than anyone at our company, which is good. Everyone's on a level head, but yeah, we're all here to help each other out, which is good.
Fantastic.
That's awesome, mate. That's awesome. What were they like with Hot Wings? Have you spoken to them about the challenge you're doing today? Or?
No, I haven't yet.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
fair call. What do you reckon? We get stuck.
Let's go to the next one.
Let's go to the next one. Let's get this party going. So, this one here, this is a really nice sauce. Good for like your rice and your tuna. I know Nick loves a bit of.
That's because my diet is very bland. I have to try and spice it up.
Yeah, we have an ongoing joke here with Nick and his lunch. He eats really clean, so for him, you know, this sauce spices things up a bit.
Yeah, that's from the Hot Ones show. That's the lesser of the two that we've got. The other one is at the end of the challenge, so that's definitely the spicier one.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to get to the end.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, company culture, you know, just sort of picking your team well, making sure that they sort of collaborate with one another. That's awesome. And what's been your technique to growing the business organically? Because obviously you've grown from word of mouth. We talked about at a previous time, and then something drove you to become a bit more systematized about the way you drive business for your company. So walk us through that journey of discovering how to get clients and then growing.
Yeah, so originally I was just, as you said, word of mouth. I was doing everything just on like a piece of paper or on a Word document or Excel. But then I knew that wasn't sufficient and that wasn't going to make me progress to the next step to become a good builder. So I reached out to a couple other builders, a couple of people I know, saying what are their systems, what do they use. I lean on my bookkeeper and accountant a lot and ask them questions about all that sort of side of it, so you get an understanding. We use an app called Crew Tracker, which I can put all the projects in at the start of the week. I dictate where the boys will be throughout the week so they can open it up. They can log their hours, tell me what they do, and then it all comes back to me and I can sort of keep a control on that instead of not knowing what's going where, sort of thing. And then I use an app called Build Exact, which is an estimating app for quotes and jobs. It just makes it a far more sufficient way to get to the end, I guess, price, instead of spending hours upon hours on a day. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is always trying to find that next step to becoming easier, so you're not just 24/7 working, trying to make a nice progression in doing it that way.
That's interesting to say that, because there's that's probably a lot to do with your age as well. You're a younger lad than most builders and trades that we sort of meet, and they're sort of stuck in the old ways of doing things, and to quote a job that takes them a lot longer, right? Whereas you're saying using systems, using software, because once you quote, you can start tracking similarities between projects and you're able to get things out a lot more quicker. And I know we've talked about in the past that quoting is not an easy task, right? You need to be able to get a bird's eye view of the project, and you need to be able to go out there, assess what you're working with, and that can take a day sometimes two, sometimes a week, right? How did you manage different projects from start to finish? Did you find that some worked really well using the software, and did you manage to air out some issues with that?
It's definitely trial and error. As you said, once you get a down pat, while that works good for yourself, you can definitely pick and choose progress of the project. So you can just move it across and say this is how long it's going to be, this is the square meter rate or something like that. But yeah, definitely trial and error. I guess you don't know until you try, sort of thing. So, and every project's different. So obviously some are a lot more complex than others, which takes a little bit more time to figure out nuts out.
Yeah, correct. All right, Nick, what do you reckon?
Let's back into this, and
Might
I've
as
got
well.
another
That's
question
been
lined up
basing
for
a lot enough time. Let's get into it. You can see why Nick will have this on his food. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Tangy flavour. What you'd expect to see at a takeaway Chinese shop or something on the side.
I think that one was hotter.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, I agree. Oh, good. Looks like you're a bit more tolerable than you thought, mate.
Nose gets sweaty.
So just trying to pump your tyres so that you
Yeah.
stick with it and go through the whole challenge.
Yeah, it'll definitely get a lot more interesting, won't it?
So I noticed, Blair, so we touched on you sort of being a go-getter in terms of trying to systematize processes and stuff, but we also noted that you were relying on referral work, but you did start getting an online presence with your social medias and stuff. Was that something that you did from day dot, or was it something that you sort of adopted down the line because you knew it would be beneficial to get your portfolio up? You built yourself a website as well. Talk us about the thinking behind that.
So originally it was just word of mouth. I didn't really know what the next step was or how to grow from getting people that doesn't know me to start engaging with myself. So it was just asking other people that have been in the industry, what do they do, Googling a few things, and seeing what works best. I tried a few different ideas, but then I saw you guys pop up, which was great. I know a couple of people that use you guys, so it worked well for them. So I thought, why not give it a shot? And it's worked very well. So been good
Yeah.
so far.
It's always lucky when you bump into Marketing Lab nice and early.
Exactly right. Yeah. Hit the ground running.
Bit of a plug there. No, that's awesome, and I guess the reason why you would have seen us is because we noted that the building game and the renovation space and also bathrooms and construction got a bit of a hit after COVID, right? And that hit was more or less people weren't referring from word of mouth anymore. It wasn't coming around as often. I don't know if the industry started maybe taking on more work and then doing it themselves as opposed to handing it off because it was less of it. We have noted that some clients are now adopting new projects. So that could have been the case, and we thought, well, let's help these boys. You know, they've got a good product, they've got a good service. Let's try and get ourselves in front of them to be able to offer them something that they can take on and run with, because it helps when a marketing company can grow and help grow a company that's does an amazing job, and he's also going to get, you know, that word of mouth back that they're doing a good service. And that's probably going to be my next question. How do you deal with the reputation that comes from being in the building game, and maybe, you know, clients having doubts about who to work with? I know in the past you talked about being sincere and showing your who you are as a company, but what else have you noted as being helpful to make people feel comfortable to work with you?
Yeah, I feel like if you're up front with them and honest with them from the get-go, you build that sort of good relationship with them from your first site meeting. Just little things, you rock up on time, you be polite, you really just grow that good foundation with them straight away. You don't beat around the bush with them. You know, they know what they want to hear, so you just tell them up front if it's in their budget, or if we can do this, don't try and sell them a product that's not going to work. And then, yeah, they always, you know, everyone, even us, we want to see people's work. So having a website, a portfolio to showcase what we've done in the past, how we go about it, the processes, really just assures them and make them feel a bit more comfortable in why choosing us.
Yeah, and that's what we noted with you from the get-go, and one thing that we're continuing to do for you is to show your personality, show your team, be humble. You got drones of your progress shots which doesn't hide anything. It doesn't try to over or exaggerate what you're doing or try to look professional, look bigger than who you are. You just paint that picture. And one thing that you keep saying over and over, and I'm hearing you say over and over again, is do the work you can and let the others go, which is uncommon. It's not common, right? People often just take whatever they can just to keep the doors and everyone happy, and then they try to deal with all the hassles that come from it. But you're trying to figure out where you can be strong and then build a system to systematize that so that you can deliver good results every time. Amazing. How's that one? That wasn't even a tickle, right?
No, that one was fine.
That was fine. So you're ready
It
for
was
the
like
next
tomato
one?
sauce.
Oh, really?
Tomato sauce.
Here we go.
Nick, I just want to be conscious. There's a GoPro right in front of us. Is that box right in my way? Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, so let's get stuck
Into those chips?
Yeah, let's get stuck into what, the chips?
Yeah, we'll go chips and then keep going.
Oh, okay, that's why you
Throwing
put
the
the chips
spanner
in.
in the works.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
throw the spanner in the
all
works.
right.
Blair,
Let's go.
pick your chip of
Are we
choice.
choosing one or two?
Just one.
Whoa,
Go, Seb.
let's go.
We didn't really gauge how hot these were because, as I said last time, we did them at the end of the challenge.
We did them at the end of the challenge, so by then our mouth is completely
Numb.
just
Yeah.
numb. All right, so
go
good
for
luck,
it.
boys. It creeps up a bit,
It
doesn't
is
it?
creeping.
Yeah.
It creeps up into your nostril, and yeah,
Feeling that.
Feeling that?
feeling
yeah,
that.
that's a good one.
Mm.
I guess whilst you're feeling it, Blair, I'll ask the next question,
Oh,
mate. Put you on the
God.
hot seat. So obviously we're talking about the triumphs, but obviously in business there's a lot of things that go wrong. Is there anything that went wrong throughout maybe the first year that you could give advice on to those who might be wanting to start their own building construction business that you know, they could sort of maybe foresee in future? Is there anything or any advice you could give someone on things that may go wrong?
Yeah, definitely. Don't undersell yourself. A lot of people and a lot of builders, if you're doing contracting work, or a lot of clients, they'll try and push you down price, which is fine. You know, everyone wants the best price for themselves. But if it doesn't fit within your needs, just say no. Or else, in the end of the day, you're going to lose out. You're going to make it hard to live day to day. And you're going to struggle and stress. So just really know what you're worth, what your company's worth, and then just stick by that from day dot.
And is that something that you sort of learnt going through that process ongoing, or?
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, everyone makes mistakes early on, which is good. You don't want to make mistakes later. So you just got to go through that and figure out what you're comfortable with, and then don't undersell yourself. Be confident.
I would ask you another question, Blair, but I'm absolutely struggling with that.
Nick is out. Nick is done.
Absolutely, I'm about to start crying.
Yeah. No, good job, Nick. Good job. You're holding on.
Seb, do you want to take over for a second?
I'll take over.
Well,
I like what you said there, Blair, because you know, in your line of work, you're working with these clients for a long period of time. You know, maybe sometimes months, and there's nothing worse than being stuck in a project where you have to deliver a project and you're not making quid. It's not worth your time and effort. And if you get it right from the get-go, everyone kind of, you know, everyone's happy. There's no point having a salty builder, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. That's good. How are you holding on, mate?
It's right in the tongue now.
Yeah,
it's hitting me.
But you might have discovered a hidden talent here.
Yeah. You can take it all on.
Take it all on. So what do you do for fun, mate? What keeps you like strong and fit and healthy?
So I play local footy.
Nice.
With a few mates that I've done ever since I was little. I go to gym with a couple of friends. And then just really enjoy heading to a bar or getting some food with a couple of mates. So.
Yeah. And you got a missus too?
Yeah, I do have a partner. So.
Yeah, nice. And you just moved in to Richmond?
Ringwood. Yeah. So we bought a house in Ringwood. Got the keys 2 weeks ago. So.
Yeah. And you're renovating that one too, aren't you?
Yeah, full renovation.
I love that. A craftsman that does his own home, his own work.
Yeah.
It tells a lot about the personality. All right, so I reckon we might as well wipe Nick out. He's almost done.
Really done.
So we'll keep
it's a bad idea. I put those chips there.
Bad idea, Nick. But good on you for trying, mate.
That's it.
So what do we got next? The butt tickler.
Famous butt tickler.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. I got this in the Gold Coast. I was out with my kids. There was a guy there selling this on the side of the road, and very surprised. Good sauce, tasty, but it gets you later, right? That's why hence the name. What do you reckon, Nick?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Don't forget, don't rub your eyes, mate. You'll end up
the way you made it sound, Blair, you thought you were going to crumble, but you're doing a lot better than I am. That's for sure.
Hope you got more cokes.
No, I don't. So I'm going to go on the milk.
There we go. Don't be shy, mate.
Thank you.
So Nick's learned the hard way. No exercises after doing a hot sauce challenge because the heat comes back out from the glands and
burns up.
You're a
Yeah.
mess.
Don't just sit on the couch tonight, mate. Pray for tomorrow.
Pray for tomorrow. All right, I reckon we get stuck into this one. Good luck, boys.
Read it. That one's not too bad.
It's not too bad, is it?
It's hot.
It's a slow one, this one.
Yeah.
I think it's all just burning now.
Yeah, that's right. The chips is like numbed everything.
So, question, Blair. Obviously, you've got an array of services within your arsenal that you do offer to clients here in Melbourne, Victoria. Did you start off with offering that many services, or did you start with a couple that you focused on and then slowly branched out?
So originally, I obviously wasn't a licensed builder when I first started, so it was all just contractor work for other builders. but once I got that license, we really just dove straight into everything and anything. I was fortunate enough for when I did my time, I did do everything, so from new builds to developments to extensions, renovations. So I feel comfortable if anyone comes to me with a project that I can deliver it for them.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. That is good, because you just need to feel comfortable as you're going along the way. Even us, we can sometimes be given challenges that are outside of our preferred, but sometimes you take them on to push the business to a new level, and sometimes it's best not to. Yeah, so I definitely agree there. So I guess a lot of staying in the game is motivation, right? It's about waking up every morning at the same time. It's about motivating your team. It's about even motivating the missus sometimes. And if you've got kids, you got to motivate the kids for them all to see your vision. What have been some of the techniques that you use to stay motivated?
I feel like to stay motivated, you just, when you have a project in front of you, just keep the end goal in mind. So you know what it's going to come out to turn like. So obviously, if you're doing an extension, you've got to start from the footing. So if we start that in winter, it's going to be dirty, it's going to be sloppy, you're going to come home filthy, maybe pissed off because you've been in mud all day. But if you've got the end vision in your mind, it's just a bonus to keep tracking along to do things you have to do to get to that stage of the build. So it's obviously a good thing to do it.
So sort of mapping out how you can roll this project out so that it's not going to be cumbersome along the way, and if you can some way save yourself by doing it a bit more efficient, doing it during a time where it's not going to be wet and sloppy, or just grinding out the hard part and then realizing there's a better part to this. Yep. So not always just focused on the end goal, just cutting that goal down.
Break it down. So if you're doing up to a frame stage, then break it down to get to the frame complete, then to lock up so everything's internal works, keeping dry, then it's the fix work, and then completion. So the stages through the build that you hit targets to and try and keep on track with the time frame. I heard a
famous quote in sales and marketing is, how do you eat an elephant? A bite at a time. And that's basically what you're saying. Amazing, really good, mate. Motivation is key when you're in business, because it's the long game. That's what I tell Nick. Yeah, we can run a campaign to exploit the marketplace and just try and get as much clients through the door, but how is that going to work for us in the long term? Is that going to give us a reputation that we need to be able to be here in the next 10 years? Our name is going to be mapped and printed on the web. Today, everything is on the web. How did you feel about getting your video up on Facebook, and now you're on YouTube, and now with this video you're going to be on your website and so on and so forth? How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel nervous, or it's more along the lines of, hey, that's the modern world we live in today, that's what you got to do, I've got nothing to hide? What's been the thought process?
I guess it's, as you said, it's the modern world. So feel as if you get yourself out there more often, everyone's going to see you a little bit more, they're going to know a little bit more about yourself, what you offer, get to know your personality, which is a huge factor in, I guess, when clients are choosing what builder they're going after. So look, at the first video I had on Instagram, I was a bit nervous, I'm not going to lie. Had a few takes, but I feel like I can hit Hollywood now, so
I love it.
On the right track.
Good on you, mate. Good on you.
Well, that video is paying dividends in the campaign, I tell you that much.
That's good.
That's the highest performing ad that we've got running for Blair at the moment, and it's because of his pretty face in the first 5 seconds. So.
There you go. Well said. Nick, you ready to ask another question, or should we get straight into the next?
I'll pass the milk, please.
Pass the milk, okay.
And then, we'll get stuck into the next question. I think the next question I want to get you thinking about, Blair, whilst we tackle the next source. Seb, I might get you to start basting.
Sure.
Obviously, with your projects, they're very long term, especially when you're doing extensions or builds. Now, obviously, there's major fluctuations in the market with materials. So how do you combat the pricing fluctuations? Obviously, when you quote at the start of the build, you have to take that into consideration. Have you had a project where the market's changed and things have gone belly up in that sense?
Yeah, definitely. When you are quoting, you do try and get your suppliers that you use to lock you in a price for a certain amount of time. That way it gives you a bit more certainty. But if things change. You just have to run a contingency within the project for these purposes. So, if you hit foundation where there's extra rock that you don't know about in the soil report, then that dips into that cost amount. So there is times where you dip into that. All those times you just might have to lose out a little bit, but you can't just skyrocket your prices to say, hey, look, price of timber might jump to $10 instead of $5. Like, well, the client's not going to choose that. So you just got to really balance that out, and hope to God that prices don't keep going up. So
yeah, there is a bit of that involvement. I guess there's always a chance. I think things are changing in the future as well, that those costs are also part of the contract, that you let clients know, right?
Yep.
That there is certain items that will fluctuate in price, and that's out of your control.
Yep.
So there is a bit of that going on at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. So there's obviously prime cost items and provisional sums. These are things that at the time the contract is signed, that there's an allowance to take for when the client does choose them. So obviously, say they haven't chosen their bath, you might make an allowance for $2,000. Now they might select a bath that's $1,000, so $1,000 comes off the contract at the next progress payment, or vice versa, it increases.
Gotcha.
So that also helps, pricing at the time as well. So
good. That's good to hear that we're accommodating and helping you boys out, but also the client is not losing an arm and a leg either.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I've definitely been not in the building side, but I've been working with a builder that went under. Unfortunately, I was one of the Porter Davis customers, as you know, and that didn't feel good because we were left wondering, how do we move forward from this? And thankfully we live in Australia, where we've got the government to support us, and now we've got Simmons taking over our project, and they're I've just driven past there before, and it's coming along really well. So it's always good to feel reassured, and I know that's left a bit of a sour taste in the marketplace, which is bad for builders and unfortunate. And we're all hoping that things will reactivate again. But we have also seen a spike in renovations, right? Because people are still needing to move into a home. They still need to get extra space because they've got growing families, or they need to renovate for older places. Is that what you've been noticing, that people are still looking? Because I know we ran a campaign for you, and I don't want to delve too much into your trade secrets, but we ran a campaign for you, and that did really well over a 2-3 week period. So what are you seeing? You're seeing a lot of movement in that front?
Yeah, definitely. I feel since COVID hit, when everyone sort of couldn't travel as much, they had to stay at home. So instead of spending that money on a holiday with their family, they're starting to spend it on themselves at home, growing their family, which I feel like it's still happening. So people are starting to realise, okay, well, if we do save this amount of money, well, maybe we can do that renovation or extension we've been thinking about for a few years.
Yeah, good way to say it. Okay, I based yours.
Oh, you based the Blairs?
Yeah, I based yours, Blair. Can reach
Blair.
over to you, Nick.
It's a mistake, mate, on your part.
And I went light there, Blair, not.
You're travelling well, Blair. You're travelling well.
Yeah, he's like
Doing
me,
better
he's
than
like
I
us,
thought.
man.
That's good.
More he has.
So this is the Melbourne Hot Sauce. I don't know if you've seen 8-Bit, the burger place. This is actually their sauce. So
Shout out to them. We'll
Shout
probably
out to
tag them
8-Bit.
on the video, Nick.
yeah, serving us some free burgers or something.
Or some more hot sauce. Let's do this. You can see why these guys would have this sauce on their burgers.
Yeah.
Tasty,
Not too hot.
smoky, not too hot.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I definitely would have this.
My favourite one so far, I reckon.
Yeah.
I needed a break. So that was a nice
Good.
Nice little break. That's what we've
I'm
got.
glad these aren't in hot order, because I was thinking it was going to get hotter as we keep going, but
I tried to do it as best as I could from memory, but yeah, there's always one or two that get mixed up. So the chips definitely don't go third in the mix.
No,
definitely not.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
They wear out quick though. They do.
They do, yeah.
They wear out quick.
Yeah.
So, I guess, speaking of hot sauces and burgers, what's your favorite meal? Do you cook up a storm at home? What do you like to do on a day off?
So I leave the cooking to my partner.
Yeah.
She's probably the better cook out of us two.
Yeah. Join the club, mate.
Yeah,
my missus too.
But if I'm out and about, I'll probably go with chicken parma. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, let's see. He's like, mate. Yeah, I'm plain and simple, mate. Anywhere I go, chicken parma.
Can't go wrong.
Make it
place
easy. Can't go wrong.
To get it from, favorite pub or something that.
Yeah, there's a pub in Ringwood near where I am, coaching horses. So if you're listening,
There you go. All right. Get Blair free Palmers. I can't even talk. I'll enjoy it. Yeah.
No, they're pretty good there. So
Yeah, they are.
yeah.
We'll have to tag them. We'll have to go visit them as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. What about you, Nick?
Favorite food? Well, I haven't been eating much because I'm dieting at the moment. So I think pizza's my favorite go-to when I go out. Yeah.
agree.
Can't beat a good
What
pizza.
flavour?
Depends where I'm going. I don't mind just your traditional margarita.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. But depends. If there's specialty pizza on the list, I'll definitely try it out. I like takeaway pizza in Preston. They do some unusual flavour mixes like salami and honey.
Yeah, right.
Bone marrow mash and all that sort of stuff. So shout out to takeaway pizza. But yeah, that's my go-to. What's yours, Seb?
Parma. I'm a Parma man. Anywhere I go, I enjoy the trial in different places and what
you
the-
said
what
you were
the
bad
Parma's
like your missus is on the cooking side, but you do cook a mean barbecue.
Thanks for mentioning it, Nick. I do. I'm Argentinian, and I learned the craft from my family, and we cook up these really thick ribs, and we cook them for about 3 hours on charcoal. And yeah, might have to get you to come out one day.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing flavour and taste, and I pretty much smoke up the whole neighbourhood. Everyone can smell it from a block away. It's a good tradition, and every year I get Nick over, and he's got a plate like this of the ribs with the chimichurri, right?
Chimichurri's the best.
Yeah.
Chimichurri's the best. So I guess Blair, with business, obviously you're on this upward trajectory, right? You're growing each and every year, but obviously there are growth pains. So how have you sort of managed not to over leverage yourself, take on too many projects, and put yourself 3 steps back in terms of 2 steps forward? What's that process been like?
You just really have to schedule your time frame. So obviously every job has a construction period. You don't want to overlap too many at the same time where, if my guys are carpenters, I can't have the carpentry stage on top of the carpentry stage, or else you just go belly up and you can't afford to, have a project lapse in time. So I feel like just being smart about where we are at the time and progressing the calendar to fit every trade's needs. So you don't want to book everyone in at the same time on the same day because it's just chaos, and then just really base it out on that.
Interesting. So like it's a book in, book out type of system where if they're booked in for a 2-week, 3-week period, that's it. They're locked down. You can't share them, move them around, go get them to start this job and go and do 3/4 of the other, like we hear a lot of other guys do.
So try and stick to the job to get it done. Obviously for our trades, obviously I'll be back and forth project managing and making sure everything's done right. But my guys can flick across to other work at the same time. So just keeping on track of that and giving the trades a couple of weeks notice to make sure they're ready for it, ready to go.
Yeah. It sounds like you've got a lot of these things that come either naturally to you, or you did some business coaching, or have you ever done anything to keep you on check?
Not really. I guess just playing in a footy club. My dad has his own company, so maybe that will more for me a little bit. But
there you go.
just being organised in that sense is maybe stuck around. So.
Good work. What do you reckon we get stuck into the next one, Nick?
Let's go. So the next one is Exoresco. It looks quite fiery.
Looks hot.
So we'll check this one out, see how it goes.
We'll call this the paint stripper.
Yeah, that one, if you have a smell of that, Blair, before you put it on.
full.
Tell me what you think of that.
Oh, God. This one might be the worst one.
So you mentioned your dad's got a business in the same space, or?
No, he's got a trophy business.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so he's had that. My grandpa started it up 4 years ago,
wow.
and Dad's taken it over. So
Fantastic.
yeah,
Trophies for all the local footy clubs and all that sort of stuff.
local footy, sporting clubs, schools. He even does some things for the AFL. So yeah, he's doing pretty well.
Very good. Ready for the next one, Nick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, this one got me.
Yeah. That's not too bad for me.
No?
Yeah,
You're
maybe
alright
the top level. The top layer was alright.
I'm alright.
Oh, good. Wears off quick, but I felt it creep into my nose. But I'm alright. How you going, Nick? You need more milk?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah. Do you want some milk?
No, I'm good.
Blair,
Good.
you alright?
No, I'm all good, thanks.
Yeah, so just before starting the challenge, we had Blair and Nick had a quick ease, just to base the stomach. It's a little secret we learned from one of our customers. So he's a hot sauce legend.
Enthusiast.
Yeah, very. And he brought some hot mama sauces, which we got to get some more of, Nick. Shout out to Hot Mama as well. They make some really nice sauces. Awesome. So we're going really well. We've got 3 more wings to go. You're still alive.
Blair's doing well. Blair's doing a lot better than
Blair's doing a lot better than you are, Nick. And look, I guess we love hearing young lads just take something on and succeed with it. And like I said, whenever we help a customer that has the reputation, or people can see how they strive for perfection, and then from the get-go we've said, Blair, we want to do videos, how do you feel about that? And you're like, sure. Happy to. And you came in here and you smashed out 3 or 4 videos. You took it on, right? And then we said, Blair, we want to do a hot sauce challenge. And you're like, sure, let's do it. You got this sure, I'll do it attitude, and I think that you probably undersell yourself a bit here, but I think that's a key component that's probably driving a lot of your success forward. Do you find that that's probably a case in your instance?
It's hard to say. Like, I just feel, I'm always up to learning. I feel there's no dumb questions ever to ask anyone. Everyone's learning, so numerous occasions since I started, still do. I pick the brains out of my suppliers, other builders, friends, tradesmen, whoever it is. It might sound dumb to them, but I'm learning something from it, and it's just going to grow your knowledge even further. So I feel the more you know, the better you are as a person, but obviously in your trade as well.
Yeah, just remaining humble and that learning.
Yeah.
Just always be learning.
Yeah.
Amazing. Really good.
Are you still on the tools, Blair, or you step back?
I was full-time, but last maybe 2 months, step back maybe 2 weeks in the office sort of thing, or floating in and out of jobs.
Gotcha.
So yeah, still enjoy it. So
I was going to say, how do you find stepping away from the tools a little bit and going into more of the manager position?
Yeah, it's easier on the body, which is good.
Yep.
But it's not easier on the mind, that's for sure. So a lot more to think about, a lot more to organise. But no, it's very enjoyable.
Good work, mate. Good work. All right, Nick. Let's go out strong, mate. Let's base the next one.
All right.
He's he looks a lot better than us. Yes, I will get you a fresh Coke, my friend.
So this is Cherry Bang Bang. This is from Matt's Hot Sauce Shop in Collingwood. We thought it was quite mild, judging by the branding, but it's actually the opposite way. So,
Thank you.
that's just a disclaimer, mate.
Would you like some?
I'm good. I've still got a bit more in here, so I'll be good. Yeah, this one's a bit deceiving, isn't it?
It is very deceiving.
Yeah, it just looks friendly, something that you'd...
The photo looks nice.
Yeah, Cherry Bang Bang. The name is friendly as well, so we thought, all right. But no, not friendly at all, actually.
So I guess whilst we're basing these, Blair, what's the goal? What's the goal for the next couple of years? What's the focus for you? Is it to really systematize the business? Is it to grow the team? Is it to take on more larger projects? What are you sort of setting your sights on?
Yeah, it's a good question. I've always tried to have goals. I feel like having a big goal to set out to is hard. It sort of puts you under pressure, and then you just get overwhelmed and don't get anything done. So a lot of small progressive steps, you know, gets you to maybe that picture you think about later on the track. But at the moment, I feel just growing the business, keeping to a nice stable team of maybe 6, 5, 7 even, but really delving into extension renovations. I feel like if you can pick and choose a market and stay in that, you can become really good at it, and then people will just start coming to you for that, you know, for that project and for that work. So yeah, eventually I want to get a factory, get maybe a couple more trucks for the guys, and then just keep growing the business by there.
Fantastic. And with these micro goals, if we call them that, is that something that you sort of you know, you reflect on and you write these things down throughout the year? Like, what's that process?
So yeah, I just sort of set a few goals at the start of the year. Try and hit a time frame for them, but just slowly tick them off. And if you don't get there, don't shoot yourself for them. Just do it next year. You know, there's always time. So and try not to set too many at one time, or else you, yeah, as I said, you get way too overwhelmed and don't get anything done.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
You know, even if you don't achieve those goals, like Blair said, you've got time to be able to re-achieve them. You know, maybe the next couple months or that next 6 months or year period. It's not the end of the world, which a lot of people seem to, you know, have these drastic goals and yeah, they don't achieve them, and then, you know, they sort of get demotivated from that end goal. Seb actually gave me some great advice. I've always been into cars, so my favourite car is a Lamborghini, and obviously just starting out in my business career, that wasn't going to be obtainable unless we hit jackpot somewhere. But Seb said, you know, just, you know, put the picture of maybe the next car that you want to get on your computer screen and just aim for that, and lo and behold, a few years later we're there, and I think the next one will be a Lamborghini on that desktop.
I like it.
But yeah, the goal setting is something I've learned within work and individually, and it's definitely helped me progress a lot, which is
it keeps you accountable.
It does.
Keeps you accountable.
It does, and I think footy might be a big part for you. Soccer was a big part for me in terms of discipline and accountability. Does the missus also keep you accountable?
Yeah, she keeps me on my toes.
All good women do, mate.
Yeah.
All good women do.
Hot and spicy like you saw.
Alright, let's see what Cherry Bag Bag does. Let's go.
There's a bit of a kick there.
Yeah. See what I mean? Straight away.
Bit of a kick.
Yep. Yep.
Ooh. So what are your plans after the challenge, Blair? You're not having to go to another project, and
I'm actually going to look at 2 jobs for new potential clients, so might have to give myself half an hour break in the car and sort of relax a little bit. I think I'll be up for the challenge for sure after this.
Good work, man. Good work. Always be working.
Yeah, that's it. Hustle.
Good, man. Good. So what's the goal? I guess you said that you want to grow the business, but what's the future look like for you as a man? You're looking to grow a family as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, family one day, kids and all that. As I said, we got our first house, which is great. Something small, but something to grow on. Eventually want a bit of land, you know, just to tinker with some toys, sheds, stuff like that. So
dirt bikes.
I never got into dirt bikes,
no. But if you got a bit of land, you won't say no.
Yeah, exactly right.
Good man. Yeah. So I guess with a lot of this, you know, you definitely need some toys to stay motivated. I know Nick loves his toys. I love my toys. But at the end of the day, you got to really love what you do, right? That's what's going to give you the long-term motivation to be able to do these struggles of growing a business. So I always say to Nick, you got to love what you do, you got to love the work you do, and the rest sort of falls into place.
Definitely.
You feel the same way?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. What do you think of this one?
It's coming on now.
Yeah, it's hot.
Coming on real strong.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk and think at the same time and deal with the heat.
I do have a question that I'll shoot to Blair.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm really struggling too. I can't even think straight at the moment.
Yeah, me neither. It's like you start hallucinating, right? Yeah, I'm seeing things.
I actually forgot my question I was about to ask you, Blair.
Jeez, that one's hot.
That one is very hot. Okay, now I've got it. So I guess you've been in the game for 3 years now, but if you were to do it all again, are there any things you would do differently to try and maybe progress a lot quicker, or would you say you wanted to keep things the same because that learning progression was very, very helpful for you?
No, a lot of people would say they'd want to do it differently, but personally I'd keep it the same. As you just said, it makes you learn from your mistakes. You'd rather do them early on than 5 years down the track if you didn't do them at the start. And it gives you that drive because you don't know what you're doing at the start. It's all new. Like, I had no clue what I was doing with accounting. I didn't know how to pay guys. I didn't know how to invoice or anything like that. Didn't know how to quote. I had a rough idea, but I grew up on just being on the tools, told what to do, then organising that, telling other people what to do. When you own a company and a business, just your world opens up and it's just so much more different to what you ever thought it was going to be. So definitely learning that experience, I wouldn't change a thing for it.
Fantastic. And I guess you don't learn that stuff at trade school, right? It's just, just learn the trade, and then like you said, you do your apprenticeship, you're probably out working for a company and you're getting told what to do, and then maybe as you get higher up, you're managing a guy that's, doing his apprenticeship to begin with. So was there a mentor that you sort of looked up to when you were going through that business stage, or were you just looking at other sources? And like you said, you do ask a lot of questions. Do you have someone there that you sort of learnt off?
So my first boss was really great. I was with him for 3 years. Really got a lot of knowledge off him. I still, to this day, use a lot of stuff that he's taught me to my guys to teach, which has been very helpful. But through the business side of things, I just asked a lot of questions to guys that have either started their own company or the builders that I've been close working with. So just gaining that trust from them. And as I've already said, no dumb question. There's no dumb questions. So just really picking their brain, asking anything they know, just gains your knowledge and helps you grow.
Yeah, and it sounds like you encourage your team to do the same. The more questions 100%. They ask, the more they're learning. You're never making them feel bad for the questions or having to repeat the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I always tell them I'd rather you ask me 100 times and do it correct than ask me once or twice, do it wrong and do it fast. Take your time, do it right, and everything will be fine.
Do you document some of the processes and it saves you from having to answer the same questions? So new trade comes on, you flick them a sheet that they need to follow, or not at this point?
Not at this point. Obviously, things are done as per plan, so everything gets designed, drafted up by a draftsman and engineering and stuff like that. So we'll say in a specifications list, but obviously at the start of each job, you meet the trade there on site,
yep.
Have a discussion with them, go through when they're going to start, how they're going to do it, and then this is what material we're using, this is how I want it done, sort of thing. So we're all on the same page, and everyone's level-headed, which is great.
Yeah.
So that's what we do at the moment.
And safety would be a big part of this too, right? You got to get that one right. So there'd be certain procedures that you go about making sure your stuff is safe. They've got a second pair of eyes and all this type of stuff. So that becomes difficult too, right, to manage.
Yeah, it definitely does. Obviously, you want to do things safely. The guys go through apprenticeship, they do a EWP, working at heights, scaffolding, so they learn everything by a licensed company, not just through myself, which I might think I already know. So they gain that knowledge actually professionally. They get a certificate, so they get an understanding and they get more confident, trading out on site. But when it comes to our sites, obviously your mandatories, your safety glasses, your gloves, your hard hat if you need to, your work boots, just things we need to follow, and yeah, taking consideration when working on site with other trades there at the same time.
Very good. All right, I reckon we get stuck into the second last one, Nick, and we'll see if we can
Go for it.
Well, I'd say we already made him sweat. So he's got a bit of a sweat thing going on. Not too much.
That one came way after eating that wing. I don't know about you guys, but
it did creeped up.
It did creep up.
Yeah.
So I guess, Blair, I wanted to ask, obviously you were relying on referral work and word of mouth, and obviously a couple of other builders you had in your network. Did things dry up a little bit there, and what's sort of this new lead system that we've got in place for you doing? How is that that work coming through? Has it given you the ability to pick and choose the jobs that you want to sort of go for? Has it sort of eased your stress knowing that you've got a pipeline full of people that you can get on the phone with and consult, and then hopefully they take you up on a project? Just talk us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so originally it was just word of mouth. And if anything wasn't coming through, I was just hitting up previous builders, relying on them to have work for us, which is a struggle. You don't get to choose your work. You don't get to choose your price half the time. So I really just wanted to make that next step to get our company out there to really just showcase what we've done. We've done really lots of good work that I'm proud of. And then since starting on with Marketing Lab, you guys, that's just made it so much more smooth sailing. As you said, I get to pick and choose. There's a phone discussion initially. We run through the job, say if we both fit each other's parties. And then obviously it's in a circumference that I'm happy to travel to go to work for. It just made it a lot easier and seamless through that perspective.
Fantastic. And sorry, so did you want to jump in?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so obviously, you're taking on another software that's allowing you to manage your leads. How has that process been for you?
In which one?
The CRM that you're using.
Yeah, it's good. So they obviously jump on the socials, whether it's Instagram or Facebook. They can fill out the lead form, and then it comes straight to me on my phone app. I get all the information. They'll either book phone calls, consult themselves, or I will just give them a call and discuss what work they're after.
Fantastic. Because I think the other big thing we did note in the industry was that a lot of tradie guys, they're on the tools, or they've got a business like yourself, they're managing 150 different things, putting out fires, or managing the team, or trying to get projects delivered on time. And they're getting leads through the door, but they're not getting to the leads in time. So, those days go by, they get on the phone and the leads, it doesn't remember who they are, or they're not interested because something else has come up. So do you feel like this has also held you a little bit more accountable and getting onto the leads, more frequently and quickly, and it's having a better impact?
Definitely. You have to, when you have that phone consult and you talk about coming out on site and visiting them, it's definitely got to be done within the next few days. As I said earlier in the video, that you want to build that relationship and trust with them, get yourself in person, show them who you are, describe what can be done, hopefully. Obviously everything gets designed and drawn up to what we can achieve. But yeah, getting your face out there early, stay in contact with them if a few days slip by. But you're right, it is stressful. Like, as you said, there's so many things else going on. You've got your team, you've got your other jobs, you've got to manage schedules, everything like that. So it is hard time to time, and you can slip up on it. So you just got to stay alert on it and keep looking. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely love that, because when businesses think about getting new work, they kind of then become proactive about doing that, and then they stop and they start and stop, and that has its issues, right? Whereas you're saying, no, make this part of the business where we constantly are doing this, and make it part of my day-to-day job where I call clients, follow up, 2 days have gone by, I'll follow up again. It's part of your everyday activity. It becomes part of your process. That's excellent. So I reckon we'll get stuck into the next one.
Let's go for it. So that was the Widowmaker.
Yes,
Dingo Hotsauce. 15 out of 10.
Just a sheer taste of this sauce.
That's all right.
one's good.
I don't know if that's a slow burner.
No, it's getting me too. I think we turned Blair into a monster. This guy's hidden talent. How you going there, Nick?
I'm good, I've got the milk. Blair, do you want any milk?
No, I'm all good.
Oh, nice.
If I have milk, I'll start having to go to the toilet. We don't want that either.
Yeah, I'm not a milk guy either. That's excellent. I don't know how Blair's ended up with an extra rib there.
No.
So we
maybe
might have to
two sauces.
hit him again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, so we covered heaps, mate. You got a wealth of knowledge, and that's what we wanted. We wanted to bring you in here and see if we can help others that might be sitting on the fence there, or maybe have their own construction company, and they want to hear more about how you did it and how you're doing it. It sounds like to us, for you, it's a lot of motivation, a lot of the right mindsets. And obviously you're a young lad, and you bring a lot of that creativity in managing processes by using software, and obviously get involved with developers and marketers that can put you in front of the target audience. So congrats there. I can only imagine that you're only going to get bigger and stronger.
That is hot.
So you're feeling this one?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's a slow burn.
Good. I guess. What are your plans other than, I guess, tackling new areas and hitting on the extension front a bit more? Do you have plans to specialise in a particular type of home? Plans for anything specifically, or just keep doing what you're doing?
Just keep doing what we're doing.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. We've only just started this process, so once we start hitting a few after maybe a couple of years, then we can sort of change it up, see what works best for us.
Yep.
See what works well. See what we like, see what we enjoy.
Yep.
And then we can sort of venture out, maybe change a few things. But at the moment, we're just trying to hit every door we can.
Good, mate. Good. Hey, how you going then? I'm definitely feeling this one. They call me Iceman because Nick reckons I don't even break into a sweat, but inside I'm burning. I want to say that. Blair, that looked like that took you off. Right?
That time's hit me now.
Yeah.
Nose is getting runny.
Holy moly.
So what do you reckon? Let's just go.
Let's go for it.
Let's go. What are you finishing up this challenge with?
This is the classic hot ones. This is their hottest sauce.
No, this has got the
This is 2 million Scoville, Blair.
This is the hottest one they got. So what's this one got? The ghost chili. The ghost chili. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh.
I don't even know. So
Have you tried to put all the sauces on once?
No, you can.
you can put the last one if you want.
What we should make like
Just
a
dip
dip.
it all in that.
We should make like a dip.
Oh.
Go for it, Blair.
You can see this is the hottest one. Something much
man.
use out of it.
Woo!
Yeah, definitely feeling this one, Nick.
Yeah, Blair, we might spin it for the last one. Is there any questions you have for us?
Yeah.
That's a good question. What works best? I feel like I don't know. Like, how long have you guys been doing this for?
The challenge or in business?
Business.
The challenge, we've only been doing it for a short time, and it'll probably only be a short time, mate.
No, hang on. When we started, we said we're going to do this one-off thing.
Should do it for every new customer.
That's what we're trying to do, pretty much.
Well, that's what we've been doing. We thought we'll do this the one time, and the feedback that we've been getting since we've done this is what a creative way.
I reckon it's great.
Yeah, it's creative. It's different.
We get to learn about each other a bit more.
Correct. So we just thought we'll continue. The downfall with this is that Nick and we have to go through the wishore of the chilies afterwards. So it goes in, it has to go out some way, mate. You don't know that yet. So this is only part one.
Oh god, that one was hot.
Yeah. And I often get the dreaded phone call from Nick the day after. He's like, "What do you make me do these chili challenges?"
But
so it's all part of the job
very
description.
beneficial. It has
Good on
been
you.
very beneficial.
Good spirit.
In terms of business, 13 years?
Going on 13
or going on 14?
14.
Wow, it's a long time.
14 years. I started the business back in the day as a way to try something new, and really nowhere to lie. It was just trying to make money, really.
Yeah.
I was working as an engineer, and I needed to branch out into a new field. Mum got sick with cancer, and my idea back then was that if I could just figure out how to make a bit of money on the side, I'll be able to quit my job and I'll be able to look after her permanently and take her to her appointments. And lo and behold, I managed to crack the code. It took me a while.
Yep.
It was early days of the Google and everything else, but unfortunately I lost Mum. I didn't make it to the end, and what I left what she left was a legacy of somebody that, you know, was determined to make that work.
Gave you that drive.
Yeah, gave me that drive, and you know, hearing your humble beginnings about how you motivate yourself, it sort of brings me back to my early days. And I think we all have our why. We all know what drives us and motivates us, and I think you've got your why. Nick's got his why, and it's a special thing, I think.
Definitely.
What do you reckon, Nick?
100%.
Do you know your why for having this last hot sauce?
For this, well, I don't know why. That's why I've been here with Marketing Lab for 7 years. That's for sure. I sort of got into marketing. I didn't do it at uni. I did engineering myself.
Yep.
But I got towards the end of my course there, and wasn't too fond of what my future looked like being an engineer. I just had this outlook on engineering for some reason that I just didn't fit in that space. And the opportunity came up with Seb. I was actually wanting to try many things, and like you, Blair, I just thought, F it, why not? Yep. And got into it, and Seb took me under his wing, and I could see that there was a lot to learn in this space, and it was going to be an industry that was going to progress and move forward with the current times, and so it was a great opportunity. And Seb stuck with me because you know, at the start, if you watch some of our videos, mate, I couldn't get 2 words out because I just didn't have that knowledge behind me. You know? But yeah, I guess my why is, you know, this has flourished into an amazing opportunity. We get to meet people like yourself and help businesses, you know, grow their business, and that's the greatest reward, I think, for Seb and I, is when we get to have these chats and we get to reflect on, you know, the business that's grown for our clients and how we've been a part of that for them. And if we can win with our clients, we all win, essentially. And I think that's been our drive here at Marketing, and that's my why. So.
What I noticed with you, Nick, just to add to that, was that Nick was like very similar to what you're like. He'll give anything a go.
Yeah.
He'll jump on board and he'll say, fine, I'll stand in front of a camera, even though I've never done it before. Yeah. Even though it's going to be a laugh, he'll give it a go. And then if we say, let's get into the hot sauce challenge, he'll say, fine, let's give it a go. And that attitude of can do is really hard to find. So, you know, congrats on that. And I'm happy to have Nick on board because he shares that vision with me as well. So I reckon we might as well get into
the last one.
The last one.
You're going to do 2 now, I think, considering you're a yes man.
We'll give it all a dip.
Give it another dip, mate. Let's get stuck in.
Let's do it.
All right, let's finish strong.
Here we go. I'll dip this one in all of them.
There we go. I can't remember if that's a slow burner or not, but it's not too bad.
It's not bad, eh?
I said that about the last one, but it's coming.
So did I.
It's coming on, but it's not that
Really
one.
I think that we don't make
that one hit.
Definitely, we don't make that.
That one hit hard.
That one and the cherry.
And cherry bang bang. Yeah,
I agree.
That was a slow burner, as we call them.
Oh God.
So Blair, we do thank you for taking us up on the challenge and surviving it. You were, you know, we thought you sort of painted us this picture that you were going to crumble, and I thought, you know what, finally I'm not going to be the one sweating and you know, crumbling on camera, but you've handled it very, very well, and thanks for sharing your insights about your company and you know, giving people at home some insights to business and building a you know, successful building company. And I guess like Seb mentioned before, and you mentioned, this is just the start. So you know, you're going to continue to climb, hit new heights, and you know, we're going to be there every step of the way, hopefully helping you achieve that. So.
Well said, Nick. Yeah, mate, really appreciate you coming here, and you definitely showed us a stronger side of you and a humble side of you. which we just want to continue to get to know and continue to work with you and helping you get there in the end. So
thank you for
really
having me. It's
appreciate
been
it.
great. So
Yeah,
thanks for all the questions.
we'll definitely get this up on our YouTube channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And stay tuned for the next episode of our Hot Sauce Marketing Challenge.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.